but recently I've heard that Microsoft and Nintendo might be now this is just a rumor, but you know, though there's been random Nintendo Switches in the backgrounds of Xbox videos, and I don't understand why. What's happening with this? We had some Tom Warren talking about the Nintendo Switch is sure showing up on Microsoft's Xbox shows a lot lately, and there's other comments going along the lines. What do you think's going on with this? What's happening?
Nintendo and Microsoft have been very, very friendly lately. Like for actually for a couple years now. Ever since we started getting what's it called on Switch? What's the game with the blocks and the people that are squares? That you build stuff? Minecraft. Ever since Minecraft came to Swift, and even before that, when we started getting Microsoft characters in Smash, like Banjo and Steve from Minecraft, Nintendo and Microsoft have never really been like at button heads about stuff like how Sony is. Sony's very xenophobic with other gaming companies, but Nintendo and Microsoft have had a steady relationship or whatever. But now, yeah, they've during their like directs. Hey, Mama Kara, woo!
Marv says hello. And pizza rolls? No, I'm okay, thank you.
Yo, get some pizza rolls, bro. Either way, what were we saying? So yes, Microsoft has been doing like Nintendo Direct style videos. You know, Nintendo popularized the let me just go in front of the camera in front of a green screen and talk to the fans thing. So Microsoft has been doing that a lot lately too. And apparently there's been a lot of Nintendo Switches in the backgrounds of these videos. And you know, the way the internet is, they when they pick their background for their videos, like even me, as stupid as it might seem, I kind of place things in the background in a certain way so that my background looks a little cooler. Like how Sin was putting up his God of War poster during the stream, right?
Yes.
Microsoft, Nintendo, other video game companies, they put silly things in the background so they generate buzz and create, you know, some kind of like theories from conspiracy game theorists or whatever, so they can be talked about on Twitter. Because the more they're talked about on Twitter or any other social media place, they know that they have the attention of the fans. So yeah, and there's been Nintendo Switches in the backgrounds of these videos, which have been strategically placed. What I think is happening, what I think is the most logical thing that's happening is that we're gonna get Xbox Game Pass on the Switch. I think that's what makes the most sense. And if you don't know what Xbox Game Pass is, it's pretty much their Netflix. It's pretty much a service where you can stream games to your console. They have it on phones already. They have it on PC. Of course, they have it on the Xboxes already. I think Game Pass is going to come to the Switch, and we're going to get a whole bunch of Xbox games that you can play from that service on the Switch, which I think is an overall good thing.
I think ever since Smash Banjo-Kazooie and Smash Bros, that Microsoft was like, well, we kind of maybe we should work together, you know.
Microsoft has never made a handheld console, and they've never viewed anything that Nintendo does in the handheld realm as competition. If you look at the Game Boy Advance, there were Microsoft games on the Game Boy Advance. There were Microsoft games on the DS. And I don't see any problem with there being Microsoft games on the Switch. I think that's fine. If Switch gets Game Pass and you can play a whole bunch of old Xbox games, maybe even new ones too, because you are just streaming the games. You're not downloading them. You just stream them to your console. So it's not like, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't have an Xbox. I will not touch an Xbox with a 10-foot pole, but maybe you could download them too, because on PSN, I know you could download the games on PlayStation Now. Someone correct me in the chat if they know, or in the comments if they're watching somewhere else. I mean, how does it benefit me as a gamer, as who I am, right? There's not a lot of games from Xbox that I want to play on my Switch. Even from like past consoles, even from like modern Xbox game consoles, Xbox has never had like exclusives that, oh my God, I gotta play this. I gotta go get an Xbox and play this. You know what I'm saying? Has there ever been an Xbox game that you
what about Gears of War?
No, I'm good. I had Gears of War 1 when the Xbox 360 first dropped, and I liked it, but I didn't beat it, and I did not care to play the sequels at all. I didn't care about it past 5 hours into part 1. I didn't care about that game anymore. How about you, though? Is there any games on Xbox that you've always wanted to play Not a single thing.
Ever since Microsoft screwed us over in the whole Call of Duty situation, I was just like, nope.
What do they do with Call of Duty?
I don't want to talk about it. Kind of like you don't want to talk about the meme war. I don't want to talk about it.
the, the Microsoft thing has to do with gaming. The meme war has to do with life and death.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Silky said he don't care about Game Pass, but he does want Nintendo games on the pass. I don't think Nintendo games are going to be there to play on Xbox One. That's not happening. Microsoft already has this kind of idea where they don't think all their games should be exclusive to their consoles. Every Xbox game comes out on PC, and some of them even come out on other consoles. Like Minecraft comes out on PlayStation and Switch.
It's lagging out for me a little bit.
You're bugging out? You okay, man?
Yeah, it's lagging out.
I think your camera's frozen too over here.
Yeah.
Either way,
okay. It's working now.
The one game that I would have wanted to play is Ninja Gaiden, and now that's already coming to the Switch anyway, so I wouldn't really play it on Game Pass. But I just realized too, we didn't keep any timestamps for this episode either.
No.
It's okay. It's gonna be Robbie's job tomorrow. Robbie, you got a lot of work ahead of you, buddy. You're probably already doing it by this point. But shout out to Robbie, the new young squire, the Padawan of Bravery. He's gonna be editing this tomorrow. He's gonna be free. He's gonna feel cool that I gave him a shout out. Either way, yeah, like there's not really a lot of Game Pass games. The benefit of Game Pass though is that, what was I gonna say? There's a lot of popular games that are multi-console that are on Game Pass that never came to the Switch. That's gonna be a plus. Like imagine playing like, Destiny on the Switch, or imagine playing like all these games that are available on PlayStation and Xbox that never came to the Switch. Now you can stream them.
There is a lot of games that over the years were multi-console that never made it to the Switch. I mean, to
Nintendo console in general. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, this is a good thing overall. If that's what's happening, they might just have Switches in their office and just people are just looking too deeply into it.
Maybe, but maybe they're also having a board meetings and just gritting their teeth across the tables and just going, "Grr, we should help each other," but grr.
I think so. I don't think we're in the era of game console wars anymore. I don't think we're there. I think
that time is long gone.
I don't think people are on the playground saying, "Well, Sony is better." Now that we have cross-play with most consoles and most games, it doesn't matter what console you have anymore, really. It really doesn't matter, because if you have Xbox and I have PlayStation and we want to play a game together, I mean, we could just play it. Cross-play. Like, thank God Sony finally opened the floodgates and said, finally, yeah, whatever, we'll do cross-play, whatever. And that's probably thanks to Fortnite.
Not everything, but yes.
From what I understand, I thought they did with everything now. I thought it was they're 100% okay with it.
Oh, so well, I guess it's a work in progress then.
It just depends on the game, because the developers have to put cross-play into their games. But there was a period where Sony wasn't allowing the developers to allow Xbox players to play with PlayStation players. So, but now Sony realized, like, you know what, just do it. Forget about it. Because the fans are complaining again.
I bet you it was a lot of the developers of games that also complained, because
that too.
You could take Dead by Daylight for example. Once upon a time, having been dead in the water after some years, and the company realizing, hey, we need crossplay, because you couldn't get games going. There was no way on a singular console, and so all of a sudden you introduce crossplay, and now it just opened all over again. Like it's a brand new game all over.
Word.
So.
Word. I think Fortnite for it. I think all those kind of games, the Dead by Daylights and those popular games that are massive multiplayer games that are good for playing on multiple consoles. So shout out to that. Yeah. I think that's what they're hinting at when they put the Switches in the back of their videos. If it's not that, what could be another thing Microsoft could team up with Nintendo for? If it's not Game Pass.
A movie.
A movie? Microsoft doesn't make movies. Although there was
You're
a
right.
rumor they were gonna buy a movie company. I think. I
What
don't know.
about what about what about finally making a new Banjo Kazooie and not screwing it up?
They would have to let Nintendo make it, right?
Yes.
Because the people that work at Rare now is not the same people that worked at Rare 20 years ago when they were making Banjo Kazooie. So I think you would have to either I don't know. No, I don't think that's what's happening. I don't think they're gonna make a new Banjo. Um, I don't know. I can't think of anything else but the Game Pass thing. Can't think of anything else
Uh,
plus the Game Pass thing. But
yeah, so what I find funny before we continue to the next topic, we've been talking a lot about movies today, video game movies, but movies.
hey, man, video game movies are. I think they're getting better. Like I think Sonic and Detective Pikachu
Detective Pikachu,
were good
yeah,
steps forward. Uh,
Detective Pikachu.
Mortal Kombat is like 10 steps backwards, but it wasn't a horrible movie. It just wasn't. It was forgettable. It was boring. It was whatever. But I
Tomb
think
Raider was decent.
I didn't see the new Tomb Raider, but the Tomb Raider from back in the day you're talking about, the one that came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah, the recent one.
I didn't see the recent one, but I'm not a Tomb Raider fan, so I didn't even care about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, video game movies have been getting better. Let's just see where it goes from here, right?
All right. Speaking
And
of which,
yeah,
what's up with this one?